Good afternoon, lovelies. So, this thought is kind of inspired by the phrase, it's all about you or it's not all about you. And the truth is, both of those statements are completely true. Um, it's all about us, in that our individual lives are completely ruled by the choices we make, by the things that we do, that we don't do, things that we say and we don't say. And, excuse me, my voice has been going in and out today. And the choices we make, the choices we don't make, how we perceive the world, how we move in the world, and how we affect other people, which usually in turn has an influence on how they treat us and how they perceive us. Now, of course, the way they perceive the world has to do with, their own personal world. So while you may have some control in that, they are responsible for their own perceptions. And that's completely cool. Obviously, it's the cause of a lot of chaos in the world because perceptions aren't always correct, or sometimes they're correct depending on the angle you're looking at it, and that can make either everyone in the situation wrong or everyone right, or someplace in the middle. There are such things as gray areas depending on your scope in life. But also, that's kind of the segue into it's not all about you, because just as we are influenced by the things that shape our perceptions, so are other people. And we have to be understanding that just as we're having our experiences, other people are having their experiences. And while it's important to always be working on yourself in a way where you're transforming and developing and evolving and ascending spiritually, mentally, physically, you can't get so caught up in that you forget that everyone is at a different stage. We're all on the same route. Well, maybe not the same route, but we're all headed in the same direction, in that we all have goals to move forward and upward. What that looks like for each of us may be different, and the track on which we're doing that is often different. But we can't get so caught up in our way. Buddhists, and I guess even psychologists would refer to that as being egotistical, which sometimes being self-serving is beneficial, but when we focus too much on ourselves, it can become rather problematic. And we can see just how chaotic that can be when not even just the individual, but groups of people with similar causes and focuses, collectively decide that their way, their route, their focus, their goal is more important than anyone else's. And it's kind of fucked up, unfortunately. So the best example of this I can think of, besides the obvious social issues, is it's a lot like driving on the road. Everyone's trying to get to their destination, get to where they need to be, and some people are so focused on that they're willing to put other people at risk, and sometimes even be a detriment to themselves just to get to that destination, and therefore become a hindrance to the whole game plan, because accidents happen, people get hurt, some people die, and then traffic is backed up and held up for everybody. And at the end, that's what nobody wanted. Maybe somebody, but not most of us. I don't like saying that nobody wants chaos, because that's absolutely not true. There are a lot of jokers out here, believe it or not. So you gotta be careful of that. But mostly it's about balance. Usually most things come to balance, and the Taoists had it right with this. It's all about the yin and the yang. It's all about the self and the other, which essentially is the same person when you think about it from a universal consciousness perspective. But I don't want to get too deep into that. That's for another topic for another day. But yeah, keep that in mind. It's all about you, but it's not all about you. And if you find that being too much about either side is starting to cause problems, you might need to take some time for some introspection and reflection to see where you need to adjust your focus. I hope that was helpful. That thought really blessed me today, and I wanted to share that. So, thanks for watching.